going on, people? It's Gunspire from NextGenTactics, and we're going to do some strategy on firing range. Seemingly, that and Nuketown are the favorites of the entire community. I don't mind them, I just don't want to play them all the time. I'm using the MPL, Scavenger Pro, and I believe I have Warlord on. I use Silencer, and Rapid Fire. And that combination with Scavenger, Warlord, and Marathon, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. I love this weapon so much. I love it better than the AK-74U, which everyone seems to use. I've become acclimatized to it. Now, coming out here where I did, I was gonna say don't do that. It's dangerous. But anyway, when you're on firing range, if you're gonna be, bolting around and everything like that, you definitely want some sort of SMG, something that's a little bit faster than your average. Although I'm going to show you after this, I'm going to be using the M16, so burst fire, again with the same setting. Well, not the same settings, not rapid fire. Whoa, whoa, come on, come on. Oh, what a fail. Thought I had commando on. Anyway, I do use the M16 just to show you that it's not a big deal if you want to use an assault rifle. I tend to play a little more carefully. Plus, you can get those long shots. Here, you want to stay in the move, especially when you're using an SMG, because the spawn system in deathmatch, which some people are complaining about, I actually think is actually better. I really do. It seems almost random. The spawn system in these deathmatches seem random. Because, they're all over the place, and you got to stay in the move. You got to constantly watch behind you. You got to constantly watch on the sides, because they seem to be coming from every direction. And I think that that's done on purpose. And you notice in this, I avoid the center like a plague. I try and stay out of that center area there. It's a shooting gallery in there. Stay on the perimeter like I've always said. It's not that hard as long as you stick on here. Remember, this is a big alley there. So when you're running, not only is it good for killing the enemy, but it also puts you at risk when you're going through there. So you want to get through there as fast as possible. I don't know if I do my mortar strikes, if I show you them right now. Come on now. Come on, little fella. Do the mortar strikes. Don't be scared. Am I hunting someone? I think I might be hunting someone. There we go. I heard someone. I sound whore a lot. Here we go. Now, although I epically fail with my mortar strikes and my napalm, the premise of it is the same. I mean, it's sound. When you go on that map, you want to look at points or areas where spawn areas are. You want to look at areas that offer sort of camping areas where you normally would see people sort of either running through or camping, rather. But more importantly, you want to place those things opposite of where your team is. Now, I got ripped off there, I think, big time on my mortar and my napalm. Normally, I get like crazy kills with those things. Incredibly effective. Nonetheless, we don't have to worry about that when we let the little puppies out. Who's a good boy? Yes, you are. Who's a good boy? Chew on his balls. Yeah. So once you let those dogs out, you pretty much kind of unleash hell on these people. And you've heard me before whine and complain about people, voting for the same boards. And it's usually firing range and Nuketown, because they're usually high action. A lot of action going around. And I don't mind that. But, once in a while, it's nice to switch it up. And as you can tell here, and this is not like, me playing hours and hours trying to select it. This is me playing after playing hours and hours using the same pathway over and over again, and it's very, very easy to get kills. Now, I may not always just get 2 deaths, but I am fairly consistent in finishing on top on these boards, especially Nuketown and firing range. I just don't like playing them all the time. You know what I mean? I want a little variety. Variety is the spice of life, unless you're married, and then that costs you 50% of everything you own. So try not to get too much variety in your life. You know what I mean? No matter how hot she is, it's not worth it. I'm telling you right now. Anyway, not from experience, by the way. Anyway, so you notice I do switch on. I do stay on perimeter as I always preach. No different than when I play actually, or when I do my map walkthroughs. So the secrets of or whatever. Whenever you see those, same thing. So we're going to go into our second game, which I do better than I did on this one here, using the M16. Ideally, though, even though I use the M16, and yes, you can use any weapon you want, for those of you that like to stay on the move, obviously an SMG is ideal. If you haven't tried it, use the MPL, and use the Warlord on it, and getting the rapid fire and silencer on it. Brilliant weapon. The accuracy is great on it. The action is great. It's, you know, it's not like the most powerful in terms of damage, but the rapid fire definitely helps that. Helps you take control of the situation. Now remember, when you're running around with, I think someone on the other end there was using the N-word, you know, not naughty, the other N-word, the bad N-word. And when you're running around, you notice my playstyle is very different when I'm using an assault rifle, and you have to do that. And I wanted to show these back to back because if I showed you, normally I only show you tactical, which is what I'm doing right now, using checkpoints, being very cautious, going around. This is my normal playstyle, what I'm doing right now. This is what I consider to be smart gameplay. Now, smart gameplay also depends on the board you're on. You know what I mean? Tight boards like Nuketown, it's very difficult, near impossible to play tactical on that game. You need to have either an LMG where you're just mowing people down, or ideally an SMG. Look at that guy. You're silly. And that's what you don't want to do in this game. You know, I'm a big supporter of tactical movements, which is, you know, camp, kill, move. But when I say camp, kill, move, I'm not talking about staying in one spot for like friggin' 2 minutes, hoping to God that someone's coming by. I'm talking about doing exactly what I'm doing right now. Stopping for a second, looking at those transition areas. Like in that area there, you know there's a lot of people that come through there. So before I go running through there, I like to usually stop, take a look, give it a second, and then move on. And that's what I do. So like just like that, those pauses, that's what I'm talking about when I say camp, kill, move. Not, you know, pitch up a tent, hide in a corner somewhere and hope to God that someone in the next, you know, 10 minutes comes, clinch. Oh, no. Oh, I thought that friggin' car was coming. I saw the car, was like, yee. There you go. Perfect. There's another dude hiding behind there. This laneway, or this back alley there where I'm kind of facing right now into there, and that area where I've got my sights on, is very active, and you don't want to stay in there. It's not a good spot. Just like I did there where you... Oh, I got lucky. That guy sucks. I mean, what is that dude looking at? He should have seen my head pop up for sure. Remember, when you do napalm and stuff, look, it's very easy on this map. You can see the laneways there. It's very tight. They're all sort of like kind of choke points there, and they're extended. So it's usually pretty easy to get kills. I don't always get lucky, however, but in general terms, it's usually pretty easy. Oh, I stole someone's kill. Well, that's not my fault. Finish him. That guy comes around and starts shooting when your teammates are shooting me. I'm not going to be impressed. I don't care. And that's one thing in this game. Don't worry about stealing people's kill. People hear them whining all the time about stealing kills and stuff like that. You know what? Either you finish the dude off, or don't whine about it. You don't leave him in last stand so that he can kill other people. I never do that. Like, oh, no, he's mine. Dude, if he was yours, you would have killed him. Don't waste time. When you see an enemy in this game, you don't say, oh, no, that's yours. You know what I mean? If you're in a war, you don't do that. You're like, oh, you got the guy on the ridge? All right, I'll leave that guy on the ridge. I mean, he's shooting at me, but you said that you got him. So, no. You shoot every goddamn thing that you see in this game. You shoot them, and you make sure you take those little boars down. Anyway, you notice my play style is very different when I'm using an assault rifle versus the MPL. The MPL, obviously, or any SMG for that matter, enables you to be quick, but you gotta know the maps, you gotta know where to check. I still don't just run around foolishly. I mean, I'm looking at points. I know where the enemy comes around. Oh, shoot. Am I getting that guy? I know where the enemy comes around. I know... dolphin dive on top of it. That's kind of a fail. Funny, but a fail. I was like, oh, I'm giving it. That was like a giant atomic hump. I'm going to hump the actual crate. But anyway, when you're doing that, there's two play styles that you do, and I'm a big supporter of them, and I don't care about running gunners. As you can see with the MPL, I know how to run and gun. I can run and gun on Nuketown, I can run and gun on any board, and I'll do that as well. For those, oh shoot, I'm dead. For those levels that I'm only showing the assault rifle, like the AUG or the M16, I will go back and record run and gunning on them, just so that you can see a different in style. But I support, as I said before, I always support tactical gaming. Tactical gaming, which is camp, kill, move, you know, go to a choke point, watch, move on, watch the next point and move on, is a considerably more consistent. I'm not saying it's more effective, because I can get, you know, I can get high, if not higher kills with when I run and gun, depending on the lobby. However, for consistency, to get the same high scores over and over again, I rely on tactical movements. I rely on being careful. I rely on actually checking my corners, playing smart, and then moving through that way. You know, the problem with running and gunning is it's a lot to do with your ability and your knowledge of maps, and how fast you are and how comfortable you are with FPSs and the controls and stuff like that. And what we teach here at NGT is strategies and tactics for the average. I say the average, but it's really, you know, the average to below average gamer. That's why we're here. We're here to help and give you those strategies. And it doesn't help you if I'm showing you just pure running gunning. It doesn't help you at all. It doesn't help you because it gives you no basis. It doesn't actually give you anything that you can consistently do and not have to rely on the fact that you're the fastest, you know, FPS control freak in the world. You know, what we do is we give you the ability to say, okay, check these corners here, check this laneway here, and you notice, see, I'm going from cover to cover. That is tactical gaming, not just blazing through. You blaze through, that's when you get hit by claymores, that's when you get, you know, surprise attacked and getting flanked from the rear quite a bit. Now, I do a little bit, I do better on this one than I did on my rush, but that's not saying that this is, you know, that I always do better when I'm doing tactical. I'm just more consistent. So I'll always show you guys tactical. I don't care about trolls. They can troll all day long, and I'll still own them. And if they shoot their mouths off, I usually switch to an MPL, and then I own them. And that's actually the funniest way. I stay quiet, actually, in the lobby, because I find it funny. Everyone's talking smack all the time. Like, I'm gonna own you. Oh, yeah, Nuketown. And I'm like, you know, Nuketown sucks. And I do it to razz them up. I'm like, man, all you guys ever want to do is play Nuketown. And then I wait, and they're like, yeah, oh, you're one of those, it's because you suck at it, blah, blah, blah. And then what I do is I go in there, and I annihilate them, and then I'm like, dude, I don't suck at Nuketown. As a matter of fact, you suck at Nuketown. I just don't want to play it over and over again, so shut the, you know what. So, and that's the best way to do it. I absolutely love doing it. I know it seems a bit over the top, but, you know, it's not that it's a horrible map, and neither is firing range. You know what I mean? I like them. I just don't want to play them over and over again. Anyway, that's it. Stay tuned for more strategies and tactics on all of the maps in Black Ops. I'm Guns for Hire from NextGenTactics. Remember, play smart, man. Don't be a hero, just play smart. Get the latest updates and stay in touch with the NGT community with our all-new Facebook application. Check the description of the video for details.